Hi, welcome to my tube. I'm Marge, standing turtle. I'm Heyoka empath, and I just like having these little conversations on how I feel about things. And feel free to chime in and let me know how you're feeling about stuff too. I just want people to talk more about how they're feeling, because you got to get that stuff out, man. Because people are feeling so angry right now. They don't know what to do with it. Some people are acting like they ain't. That puts a lot of pressure on organs internally when you act like you're happy and you ain't. I never act like I'm happy when I ain't. It's unhealthy. The world is changing so fast. People are getting spun up and they're getting the frequencies all miscombobulated. They're getting their wires crossed and they're getting their messages received, input data wrong, and it's causing a lot of cognitive dissonance. I just like report on things I see out in everyday Earth, and I like to talk about it on how it's playing out in astrology too. I like making those connections, and and connecting science and nature and all that stuff. I've always been an earthy, or not of the earth but for the earth, kind of a spectator, and as a Heyoka empath. And today I went to Walmart and wore my little due diligence, just my waiver to keep people out of my face. People are straight up hostile, man. I am mad about nothing. I got to meditate about 2 hours today, intermittently. Kitty, kitty. So when I was pulling out of the back parking lot to cut through on Turner, the big super Wally World on Turner, I see these the city cars. They're getting sportier now. The city of Salem cars, they're like they look like Nissan, little hatchbacks, sporty for those little for those little inspector gadgets. The inspectors are getting their gadgets. They're paying themselves well. So I saw two backed up in a parking lot at 11 o'clock. They start their work probably about 9 o'clock, have a cup of coffee, watch a couple YouTube videos. All right, let's roll out in a car that we don't pay for, on gas that we don't pay for, on tires that we don't pay for. Let's go sit in some shade, because, they've been wasting taxpayers' money for years and years. I got a picture of them if you want to go over to Snapmax. I put a little Snapmax on Instagram. I got a picture of them. The guy in the second car, he waved at me. Yeah, if you could scroll in, I got their car numbers and everything. Put a hashtag on their car numbers, Why are these guys just pissing their day away, They're, between the two of them, that's a good $50, $75 an hour, and I don't have water. But I still get a freaking $54 city bill that pays for those fucking ass faces to sit there under the shade and do nothing. Yeah. Went to the taco truck today. Met a young man. He was waiting for his food. His girlfriend, his wife, his gal, he was telling me they went camping and she was all fired up. Like, she gets fired up like me with all the fucking stuff that they're spraying in the sky. It's definitely not smart juice. I wonder if it has anything to do at all with respiratory issues, the stuff that they spray. But that's Dane Wingington's thing, so I'll leave that to him and all the bioengineers. And I witnessed it. I saw the stuff written on the equipment, I got a patch on my uniform that says, Vitamus whatever, that when you control weather, you control everything. I know that storyline exists, that there's a group of control freaks that play remote control with crap, and it's hurricane season. And people are all fired up inside. We'll never know exactly what's going to be the cause, but I say it has more to do with the egomaniacal behavior that's going on, and all the fraud, waste, and abuse that the city people and the state people and the governmental type people have been doing. Why, it's just simple people are just trying to live our lives, and the bills just kept going up, and then price numbers kept going up, and our usage kept going down, and it's like, it comes to, some people like me, do I feed the dogs, or pay the water bill. I chose dogs, and I haven't had water in 3 years. You know, but that doesn't happen. My whole life is based on shit that doesn't happen. So go over and check out the bros. Oh, and the kid, what's cool about that is I told the kid about that I met at the taco shop, and I'm like, well, check this out, because I report on crap. I just report on crap. I don't got no press pass or nothing. I just, when I see bullshit, like, you know, fraud, waste, and abuse, I say stuff about it. And I got a whole folder on Oregon. So I was showed the kid this picture. I call everybody kid. I don't mean in no disrespect. People that are older than me are kid. Here's the picture of the two cars just chilling. Brand new cars. And he's like, you know what's funny about those cars? I used to work at a tire shop. And I know about what it takes to handle just the fleets. People don't think in those terms. I worked at G4S, the third at the time it was the third largest company, security company. It's the third largest company in the world. It's the largest security company. And I sat right next to the dude that handled the fleet. And I would listen to him all day because G4S was all over the United States. So he was dealing with auto body and freaking crap all day long, getting these repairs because these guys just beat the shit out of these cars, but it never came out of their pocket. It came out of my pocket. I didn't make shit as an IT professional, but these freaking technicians and stuff going up and putting and it's all stuff I could have done myself, but you know, I was doing help desk support at the very top. That's the thing, is I got to know all these bros that worked in Google and worked at Facebook, because I talked to them, you know, with their, get them through their technical issues over the phone, and I asked them what the climate's like where they work. You know, I'm always inputting data, you know, and those guys beat the shit out of those cars. That's because it's not theirs. And it's their egos, and don't you know who I am? And we get, you know, so you get these city employees, they beat the shit out of this stuff. They're getting new cars. The police are getting new cars you know, all this. They're getting new cars everywhere. And the kid at the tire shop was talking about how they would come in like every 6 months to get new tires. The whole fleet. They would just do it on a scheduled maintenance, and whether it needed it or not, they would get all new tires, and there'd be nothing wrong with the other tires, you know. So, and that's all on our expense, see? And then when they go back to the office, they say, they inflate the costs and say that they spent this exuberant amount, but, you know, us pay these basic prices, you know, and at cost and stuff. And it's all corrupt, and it's all fraud, and it's all wasteful, and it's all abusive. And now they're getting fraud out for it. You know, I would love to go. I'm trying to go. Salem never wanted me here to begin with, you know. If they did, it would have been a little bit more welcoming to me, you know. But I've been like freaking hit by dumb bitches in freaking SUVs and sidewalks as a pedestrian. Yeah. And then she's like, I have 3 witnesses here. I did a video about that. That's the minded people that are in this town. I have 3 witnesses here. What, are you going to say you didn't hit me? There's a red mark on my leg from your bumper. I mean, people don't want to take any kind of accountability for themselves. They don't want to take any kind. I got to take accountability for myself today. And ordinarily, I keep these stories to myself. However, I mentioned it in a previous video the day that I did it, because I went to Walmart to get backstory. Went to same Walmart I went to today. In the cosmetic department, wanted to get a pedicure kit for mom. So I went in the cosmetic department, and see, because they're scoundrels, and I'm a person of integrity, and because you have scoundrels, you are living to serve the scoundrels. So people of integrity get caught up in that shit, and it fucking annoys people of integrity, because she made me pay for it one item there, so I had 2 separate transactions. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Since when did? And I started calling her a Nazi and stuff, and I was just like, since Walmart, you know, their shrink bill is out of control to begin with, so that's on them. You know, but that is just stupid. You're questioning my integrity. Now I got to do 2 transactions for some bullshit? So anyway, I saw that woman today. She was at the register next door, and I said the next time I see her, I will address her, and I will make amends for my behavior. And I looked at her in the eye, because that's what you got to do. You can't be all doing this if you're truly not sorry. That's a cop-out bitch word. remorseful for the way that you behaved in a low vibrational manner, and I was. So I looked at her in the eye, so I made sure that she could understand what I was saying, and I said, I met you in the cosmetic department a while back, and I addressed you, and I was unkind, and I was very unpleasant. I said, nobody deserves to be treated that way. For that, I was wrong. And I hope that if you ever see me again, that we meet in a more positive environment, and you think of me less dickish. And she like welled up in her eye, because people just want to be seen. They just want to be seen, and all these people making all these rules, they just don't feel like they're seen. They all need extra love. Wish them all extra well, okay? They're all extra sad, so they need extra security. I got a troll comment. And again, ordinarily, I don't usually comment about these things, but it's a perfect example of the astrology in which it's headed today, of the path that's going on today. It just proves more of the blabs that I talk about. Where does it say? This is from Lavender gal. See, I put a talk up about speaking for the taco truck called Eat Well at the Taco Truck, because the inspector that rained down all this bullshit under his reign, it was some other kid that put his card up in his name, but it's Ken Eat Well, because when you look at his picture, oh boy, it looks like he's eaten well his whole life. Corn-fed and grass-fed, old boy. Old city boy. Oregonian. But he's got an AK. But he's got all kinds of firearms. Anyway, so I looked him up on Facebook, and he did a talk at a real estate place. That's the only image that I could find of him. So I let him know who I was, and that I would be speaking out on the behavior of his staff in a YouTube video. And I think I even went back and told them the name of it if they wanted to come by and check it out. So that video has gotten a particular amount of attention, and it's also got probably more thumbs down than any other talk I've done, because I'm getting to people, because these people need, to be woken up, that you can't be fucking sucking on Uncle Sam's dick. I mean, society's tit, and then not divvying out to people what they deserve. Because my wage for looking out for my mom, the little allowance that the state gives me to make sure that my mother has everything that she needs as an elder spirit on this earth, is a little bit over $1,000 a month. While you heifers sit at your, throwing your freaking guts and wieners around, for substantial lot more. And my veteran status, nor my Bachelor of Science degree, nor my years experience in IT is reflected in my pay wage. So this gal says, and this is what the narcissists are falling down, because they don't know how to vibe higher. They don't know how to act better, so they're freaking the fuck out, because they're coming with the best they got. And their control paradigms are falling down. So people are like, oh shit, all these people are really gonna fucking figure out that I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't known what I've been doing, and I've been hiring people that don't know what they're doing just because they're my buddies. And now the truth is all coming out. So what people like to do, this is what I call an homily, hominem. I get them all the fallacies mixed up, but if you go look up the fallacies, look up ad hominem fallacy, attacking the person making the argument instead of the argument itself. The name comes from Latin for against the man. Example, stating that someone is uneducated, therefore their opinion is invalid. Call someone a snowflake instead of engaging in an informed discussion. So thank you for the example of ad hominem Lavender gal for leaving this comment this morning that says, I feel really bad for this person. She feels really bad for me. I'm not sure, male or female. I'm all woman, baby. I'm all woman, baby. But there's some mental health issue or issues, and she A woman, baby, needs someone to help. And so my comment was, you spot what you got. Actually, I updated it. I said, thank you for the ad hominem perfect example. You spot what you got. You can take your I feel sorry and stick it where your no vibe shines. And then I said, anytime you'd like to find me and say it to my face. That's what I thought. It's a coward that hides behind profiles without photos. Have a rad day anyway. I doubt you know peace. Maybe you'll find it. And that's the thing, is we're living on a planet of little bitches about to have kindergarten temper tantrums all over the place because they don't know how to hold their shit because everybody got a freaking ribbon and an award and ain't nobody got a timeout, so they don't know how to meditate and be chill. So now this is the world we get, you know. All those I do what I wants are just, and of all ages, of all generations. It's just the longer that you've been coddled and then been freaking spoon-fed some kind of coddling bullshit, you know, and you ain't got no content and character yourself, the world is going to be very, very difficult for you coming on out. It's not going to be easy for the shallow and the deep end. It's not. I just wish you all good luck. Yeah. So, the bureaucrats are, we don't know what we're doing and now we're scared. Don't answer the phone and we'll just keep freaking putting money into systems where they can't get to us in emails or, oh, we never got that email. And they just go to their city pages. Go to the city pages and look how much they pay themselves, because you know if it's a bro, there was a city planner that did turnover since my freaking bullshit plan out here, $140,000, and he had harassment charges from the office across the country in which he moved from. He was a fucking dickhead. And they paint the streets on the lines like every 2 weeks, like people don't fucking know. And they keep putting blacktop everywhere, and they're so smart with their engineers, with all their engineering degrees that they racked up and have sitting around say, let's make it like this and this, boys. What do you think? All those fucking idiots. You know? They're all, putting stress on the infrastructure. I went by Winco today, Walmart or Walgreens, by the laundromat I go to. It just got new blacktop. Look at all these companies. They got all this this bailout money from inconveniencing the people that give them the money, and then they're like, oh, we're in a bad way. And then they're freaking giving themselves all facelifts. We could get that in savings. That could reflect in savings to the customers, but it won't. And you know what happens when the sun hits the blacktop? It makes the freaking temperature hotter. But there's so many pretty yellow lines and white lines all over the parking lots of empty buildings in Salem, Oregon, everywhere. Go look downtown and where you live, and I bet you'll see the same bullshit going on there. Fraud, waste, and abuse. But maybe the federal government will give us poor people another $1,200 check, right? As they pay themselves upwards of $170K a year, $140K, 170, $140K. Either way, that's more than twice as much as I ever made, the most of that I ever made. For doing what? What do they do? What do bureaucrats do all day? That's what I call the left and the right, because it's just a circle of greed. I think it's funny that a lot of the data and information that's coming out, see, because there are people I know in Omaha. Omaha's such a nestled little tucked in place, you know, it's just safe from the world, and every now and again a percentage of the population are snowbirds and go to the same parts of Mexico year after year after year. But aside from that, they're pretty narrow scoped and minded, so they don't even know what a fuck. Like I told a gal today, I'm like, you don't know about that Chrissy T bitch? That woman is nasty. And how come all the people on the flight logs, you know, it's because they keep talking about this shit, so they don't want to put the dirty away. The pervy dirty, because the pervy dirty are all the ones that people have glorified and that have been people's heroes for so long. It don't matter. Freaking Hollywood, DC, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all made up bullshit to get the general population to think one way, while the people that are playing the strings get to enact a really fucking gross, pervy, nasty, seedy storyline that's been going on longer than the invention of time or the idea of concepts of time. I listen to it talk pretty regular. It's my bedtime story. When I get too wound up about stuff and I need a faith bigger than me that I need to plug into, kitty kitty, to talk about Matilda McElroy O'Donnell's transcript of her account with the telepathic conversation that she had with one of the aliens that was found at Roswell. So when you think in terms of that, and then you go out into this world, it's all fucking bullshit. He's in his lounge spot. The roses aren't getting water. This is my rose bush. Here's the orange ones. It's hot. That one was rad. That one was I put on Instagram. Oh my, they're all getting, I'll probably try and water them. Kitty, kitty, kitty. I want to show the people my cat meow. Because he's the cattest meowest in the world. He said, no, now I'm not in the mood. You're so handsome and leisurely, too. You're so pretty and so handsome. And I'm so glad that you did not get more sick from that stupid frickin' fleet shit. Okay. I'm about done. I'm hot. I'm hot in my bits. Are you male? I love when people talk down. People, see, the thing of it is, I'm 46. People have been saying that shit to me since I was like, oh, hi, Dragonfly. I tried to show. Like 3-4 years old. It's just a narcissist thing. Oh, did anybody notice that who became citizens of Greece today? I wonder if if the U.S. can extradite criminals for crimes against humanity from Greece, or if that's one of them. I kind of, before I did this talk, I kind of quickly looked it up, but not too far deep. Maybe somebody could look that up, put it in a comment, because the Rita and Tom are now Greece residents, citizens of Greece. Good riddance. You know, look at all the people that made their fortunes in the United States and that are going to be bailing, jumping ship. You're going to see a lot of famous people becoming Canadian. You know, there's a lot of pieces of the chessboard moving around, of energies. I'm ready to shift and move. I'm ready to move down a spot, or up a spot, up a couple notches, I should say. Think about your words, Marge. Think about your words. Anyway, what time are we at? Anybody in the talkie room? Nobody's in the talkie room. I feel like I'm all by myself here. Just kidding. I know there's people out there. I just drank of water. I got a couple more minutes. I'm thinking about if there was other stuff I wanted to talk about. People are finding their backbone. That is my favorite part. See, my same flame, my energetic match, the yin to my yang, the yang to my yin. She is like 50% exactly like me, but 50% exactly opposite. So it's complicated. So she don't talk to me, and that's cool. Nobody talks to me. People don't talk to me. It's cool. That's why I got real good with just having one-way conversations. No, Mom and I have some really rad conversations. Anyway, and she's a Libra, and I hear stuff about Libra. I get stuff about Libra, and Libras are really coming into their power right now. And the thing of it is we have had such direct conversations that it's like, if she holds that heart space, if somebody gets into her face out in the world and she deals with them with like how she deals with me, she will be just fine. She will be okay. You know, it's the ones that everything's great, everything's love and light. God's gonna save me. God's gonna save me no matter what happened. All I think about is the stories when God said the, fireman, get out of here, flood's coming. Dude in a boat, first responder, get out of here, flood's coming. Waters are rising on top of the roof, helicopter comes, get out of here. God's gonna save me each and every time, and to his demise. So that's what's dying out right now, is the narcissistic, no vibrational tendencies of the majority of the planet, of the more than 51% being egomaniacal, and that is in male and female combined. It is not gender specific. No vibrational is not gender specific. At some point, something happened to somebody, and it did something to them. It shifted. Because we are all born with full freaking spirit. All of us are just, all of our spirit. Sometimes stuff happens and our spirit splinters and fragments. But then we have the choice to do what we can to summon all aspects of our spirit. Shadow and light too. You know, you just got to learn to dance with the demons and don't let them freaking rise up and run the show. But you ain't gonna kill them. That's part of you. You collected that data for incarnation after incarnation after incarnation. Why would you kill parts of you that you dialed in so matter-of-factly to encapsulate? But all aspects have shadow and light, and it's that imbalance is where people get things mixed up. But once you get out all that ego shit, see, because there ain't going to be money to be made. Like, yeah, people are still making money, but money ain't even real. You know what's real? The fact that a human being will shrivel up and die in 3 days if they do not drink water. That is real. That is a real fact. That is not soda. Little bug. I got a hitchhiker. Oh, I hope he went up and not in. So just all you gotta do, it ain't hard, dude. Just don't be a dick in the world and go out and come from a kind and loving place. Like, you know, it's a big storyline about Peter Pan and the lost boys and girls right now, man, because it's all about the kids. And that's what happened is sometimes, you have the adult, the man-child. Well, you have the man-child, you have all these aspects in, like, females, too, and stuff, and it's just like, I'm no different than these other people, but people don't like, as I can use an example of, Lavender, what's her name, girl, would you see things in people? And that's why I when I get fired up, I do it, but I try not to, because when I'm pointing at people, I know I got 3 right back at me. 3. I spotted, I got it, and that's hard to take out in the world. It's harder to meet everybody with love, even if you don't feel a loving, kind vibrational frequency from it. But because people just look at me and hate me for me. They do. No vibers, people freaking hate me for me. They hate me. It's in my horoscope. It is. It literally is in my horoscope. Had the peace dealer, Michael, did my birth chart, and he's like, and he also talks about, it's because I'm balanced. I'm energetically androgynous. I'm also I'm a monogamous spirit too. So people can never put me in the storyline involved. I'm here ever since I was a little girl, I know the vibration and know vibes of evil. I know what evil is. I know the kind of perfume, cologne, they all wear the same. It's a like attracts like. And you'd be surprised who the evil wrongdoers are. They put themselves in positions where they can do their evil. Their darkest bidding. And they take advantage of freaking the dear hearts, the tender hearts like me, and they think I'm simple and they think I'm dumb. And then when I call them out and recognize them for who they are, then they feel threatened. Usually start calling me names with the ad hominems and all that bullshit. Ain't that some bullshit? But the truth comes out. Energy doesn't lie. People do. And I've known that my whole entire life, and people don't like it because I treat them accordingly, and people don't like when they think that they're a very big deal and you freaking don't. They hate it. And that's a narcissist to the freaking ink. They're so obvious and they think they're smart and wily. But, oh well, it's finally cooling down. I guess I don't know, it got hot and then it started out hot because I freaking was a knucklehead and didn't open the window before bed. Because I had the window unit on for some time. But we have a little heat rave because there's freaking storms all the way across the 45th parallel, 40th parallel. I mean, there's storms all over the freaking world. Things are only going to heat up. It's only going to get more gnarly. Weather, I just like the Truman Show. Cue hurricanes, and then in a couple of weeks, because people are going to be all tempers flaring and I'm so mad, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a victim, and all that shit, all the baby tantrums at the top, it's all that shit's going to roll downhill. Then so, cue freaking military, whatever, so the freaking cue industrial military complex, it's in the astrology. It's not me. I'm no prophet. I just listen to astrology and think in account of freaking psychology of these freaking bureaucrats and these little bitches at top that are freaking pissing away, purging millions, trillions of dollars on crap, and the cracks of the nation of society are just getting wider and wider. While they just keep buying them more selves, bigger, better fleets, sleeker. But it's like, truth's coming out. 2020 year clear vision. That's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.